Sebastian.
Matt was like a brother to me ever since he moved into my family's house 18 years ago after his mom passed. And my mom took him in like a son. And I know he's like a brother to most of us here in the room. He's such an amazing guy and has such a big heart. And I feel very fortunate to have been able to call him a friend for the last 20 plus years. And I feel lucky that I was able to spend a lot of time with him recently. We moved up to Oakland and was basically a roommate and living on a boat. I had an Emeryville and stored all of his other stuff in my garage and moved out to Santa Cruz where he'd been for about 10 years. And also feel very lucky that I was able to spend most of the holidays with him the last 6 or 7 years at my family's house for Thanksgiving and Christmas. One of the things that Matt and I and Matt and all of us here bonded over was music and having a good time and going out and seeing shows. And Matt played drums and he loved music and turned me on to a lot of great music and vice versa. And the weekend before last, when we had a service in Santa Cruz, Diada noticed that T.S.O.L was playing, one of our favorite bands from Orange County that we grew up listening to. And we knew that Matt would have liked to have gone and seen that. And so we went to the show. And it was a great show as usual. And the guitarist, his name is Ron Emery, put out a solo album. And I picked it up and didn't really look at it until the next morning, the day of Matt's services. And I opened it up and read the liner notes, and I was blown away by like how poignant and timing-wise it was so fitting for that day. And so I read it at the services in Santa Cruz, and I wanted to read that for everyone here as well. So these are the liner notes in Ron Emery's album. This record represents 30 years of songs that are very personal to me. The songs of my life and of all of its trials. Some trials self-inflicted, and some trials, well, just for whatever people like you and I have to go through for whatever reason, a kind of sweet misery. For me, taking a look at my past has been both painful and liberating. At this point in life, I have friends and loved ones who have departed, too many, too soon. I'm just grateful that I'm still alive. Grace has granted me and most of my friends a righteous way of living. We are left with two choices: walk that walk in victory or go back to our old ways and end up with our departed friends, gone, or even worse, in utter pain, screaming why, and sitting alone in the dark, thinking something's gotta give, feeling free in prison, or being free and feeling imprisoned inside these walls, in our own bondage and suppressed way of thinking. So we sit under the light of the moon and cry to God to relieve us from this pain. I was once reminded in my walk, as life showed up again, that if I believed in God, that He is either everything or nothing to me, and that I would be free, my choice. I then realized that I'm not alone. I look forward to my journey to the promised land with all of you. Enjoy and keep walking that walk. Here's to Matt.